What's up, everyone? I'm back to y'all with another video. Now, with this one, in honor of Avengers Doomsday that's coming out sometime in 2026, I thought this would be the perfect time to talk about my top 10 favorite movies in the MCU. Now, first off, we're going to start off with some honorable mentions. Iron Man in my honorable mention. Now, I understand this is like the first MCU film, but I like it, but it's just couldn't make it in my top 10. Next up, Thor. I enjoyed this film a lot. I remember seeing this in theaters. I thought it was an amazing film, amazing story, and some decent action scenes. Next up, we have Spider-Man Homecoming. Now, I enjoyed this film. I like Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man more, that trilogy more, but I still somewhat enjoy this film. Next up, we have Black Panther. Now, I wasn't a fan of the second film, but I did like this film. It just couldn't make it in my top 10. But I do enjoy this film quite a bit. Now, my final honorable mention is Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. I enjoyed this film quite a bit. It just couldn't make it in my top 10. Now, let's get in my top 10 films in the MCU. Now, coming in at my number 10 is The Avengers, the original Avengers film. Love this film. Action-packed, just everything like this. This is one of the best team-up movies of all time. Next up, now we're in number 9, coming in at number 9. The original Guardians of the Galaxy. This film has some emotional moments, a lot of moments of heart, and the characters is just amazing. Some of my favorite characters in the MCU. I freaking love this film a lot. And the action scenes are pretty damn good too. Coming up number 8 is, now some people are kind of mixed on this, but it's Thunderbolts. Now, Thunderbolts, I really do very much enjoy quite a bit. I like this film a lot. The action scenes are great. The characters are great. I freaking like this film a lot. I actually love this film. Coming at number 7 is, now a lot of people put this as their number 1. I've seen people put this as their number 1. But coming at number 7 is Captain America: The Winter Soldier. The action scenes, spectacular. This film made me a Captain America fan. I like this film quite a bit. The Russo brothers, they made some of the best Marvel movies, period. Alright, now before I get to my next ones, I got one more honorable mention. And that is Fantastic Four: First Steps. I forgot to add this in my honorable mentions. I enjoyed this film quite a bit. This film just couldn't make it in my top 10. Alright, so now we have my top 6. Top 6 is Thor Ragnarok. Now, this film had that perfect blend of comedy and action and seriousness at times. Like, it had that perfect mix. It didn't go too far like Thor: Love and Thunder. I kind of like that film. It's just alright, Thor: Love and Thunder, but it's not nearly as good as this film. This film just starts off with a bang, and the perfect mix of comedy and seriousness with this film is just amazing. So I freaking love this film quite a bit. Now we're in my top 5. Coming at number 5 is Deadpool and Wolverine. I freaking love this movie quite a bit. The freaking action scenes are spectacular. You know, Deadpool and Wolverine's banter back and forth is just hilarious. And the way they put like these cameos in there, I wouldn't even call them cameos necessarily. There's going to be spoilers in this video, just so y'all know, because most y'all have probably seen this film. If y'all haven't, I don't know what y'all doing, but yeah, Blade shows up and different other characters show up, and most of them, it was kind of a little bit more than a cameo. You know, they was on screen because a cameo is when they're in like one little 1 or 2 minute scene. That's a cameo to me. But anyways, yeah, Blade did have pretty decent screen time in this film. I freaking love it. This film is just R-rated goodness. I freaking love it. Like, this film is so freaking good. Love this film. When I saw this in theaters, I was freaking snapping. So, yeah. Now we're in my top 4. Coming in at my top 4 is Captain America Civil War. I love this movie. I freaking love this movie. The action scenes, and then of course they brought Spider-Man in here to show up in the MCU, and it's just freaking amazing. This has some of the best action scenes. Like I said before, the Russo brothers, they do make some of the best like Marvel movies, period. And I cannot wait to see what they do with Avengers Doomsday. So this film is just so freaking good, so incredible. I love this film, Captain America Civil War. Now my top 3. Now, these 3 were so hard to choose. I freaking love all 3 of these movies that I'm going to mention. Coming in at my top 3 is Spider-Man No Way Home. Now, as a Spider-Man fan, this film gave me everything I freaking wanted. Because you have all 3 Spider-Man in there. You have Andrew Garfield Spider-Man, Tom Holland Spider-Man, Tobey Maguire Spider-Man, all of them in the same freaking movie. And of course, they brought back all the other past villains that was in the Spider-Man franchise. And it's just freaking amazing. The action scenes are amazing. And this film didn't feel like a cash grab to me. Because they all was in it for the story. You know, they all was in it for the story. And the action scenes are incredible. This film had high stakes. And the Green Goblin, he's a great villain. You know, he was also, of course, in the very first Spider-Man movie. And, like, this film just reminds a lot of people how great of a villain Green Goblin always was. And, yeah, like, Spider-Man got his ass whooped in the scene in the movie by Green Goblin. I was like, holy shit, that's insane. That's an insane fight scene. It was like in this building when they was beating the shit out of each other. But like Spider-Man got his ass kicked in one scene. Of course, at the end, I'm not trying to spoil too much, which is most of y'all already seen the movie by now. But you know, he fights Green Goblin again, has that rematch, and then he beats the shit out of Green Goblin this time. And then of course you have all these Spider-Man that's flying together, whooping ass left and right, and it's just amazing, you know, because when I first watched this film, I was afraid that these other Spider-Man could be, because I already knew him deep down that they're going to bring these Spider-Man back, and I was worried, I was like, that they was just going to be in a small little cameo, but they was in this film a lot more than a small cameo, and it is just incredible, spectacular. There's a reason why this is in my top 3, because I haven't had this much in the theater when I saw this film since Avengers Endgame, and that's saying something right there. So, this film, yeah, and it also felt like the endgame of the Spider-Man franchise. So, yeah, love this film. Now, we're on my top 2. These can be interchangeable, because I like these films for very different reasons. Now, coming out my number 2 is Avengers Endgame. Now, what I like about this movie is, you know, Avengers Infinity War ended tragically, pretty much. The superheroes lost. The Avengers lost. And, of course, this film, it shows the aftermath of that. So they couldn't just jump into the action right away. And throughout the film, it almost felt like a drama throughout the entire film. And, of course, it ended with the payoff. And it is just amazing. That final hour is just amazing. The freaking action scenes just at that final hour of the film is just amazing. Fantastic payoff. I love this film quite a bit. And there's some emotional scenes. And yeah, this film is great. This film was what all comic book movies should thrive to be. Freaking love this movie. Now, we're coming out my number one. Now, when I saw this in theaters, I remember, it's an interesting story, because I remember when this movie was getting ready to come out, like, I was just excited, and then I had to catch up because I haven't watched all the Marvel movies at that time. So I started watching all the Marvel movies leading up to my number one, Avengers Infinity War. And like I said, the Russo brothers, of course, they directed Avengers Infinity War and Avengers Endgame. And they directed the hell out of these two movies. And, man, how to start. This movie is incredible. The moment this movie starts, everybody's messed up. Everybody's, like, messed up. And Hulk shows up, and you got this little fight scene between Hulk versus Thanos, and Thanos beats the hell out of the Hulk. You know, Hulk got a few licks in, got a few punches in, and then, of course, Thanos beats Hulk. So, it starts off with a crazy banger, and it lets you know how much of a threat Thanos is. And by the moment this movie ends, because I never seen a lot of movies where the superheroes or our characters, our favorite characters, lose. I don't see a lot of movies like that. I haven't watched a lot of movies like that before this movie came out, and of course there's a lot of movies that do that now. But about the time this movie came out, there wasn't a lot of movies like that ended on such a cliffhanger like this movie did. And where the superheroes lost, all of our favorite characters lost, I was left speechless in that theater. And I was like, this is crazy. This movie is actually freaking crazy. So yeah, this movie's the number one. The action scenes, there's not really a lot of downtime. There are some downtime in this film, but there's not really a lot of downtime. This movie, like, it's just incredible. The action scenes, it starts off with action, and it ends with action. And there are some downtime, but there's not a lot of downtime sprinkled throughout this movie. There's not really a lot of downtime. There's like, this movie is one of the most action-packed films of all time. Avengers Infinity War is at my number one. And the Russo brothers directed some of the best movies of all time in the Marvel Universe. And I'm curious how they're going to pull off Avengers Doomsday. Because if they pull off a miracle of making like Avengers Doomsday even remotely close to being as good as Avengers Infinity War and Avengers Endgame, I wouldn't know what to say. I wouldn't know what to think. Because they know how to, like, they understand comic books very well. And I've noticed that the movies that they directed that wasn't comic book movies wasn't good. So what they do in comic book movies, though, they know exactly what the source material is and what it's about, and they know how to direct the hell out of a great superhero film. So, yeah, Avengers Infinity War, freaking awesome movie. Of course, it's at my number one. It's probably going to stay there unless Avengers Doomsday somehow freaking surpasses it, which is it could. Who knows? I can't have my hopes up too high. But overall, I freaking love this movie. Freaking awesome movie, Avengers Infinity War. So yeah, this was my top 10 favorite movies in the MCU. So yeah, let me know in the comments below, what's y'all's top 10 favorite movies in the MCU. I'd like to see y'all's top 10 down below. So yeah, I guess that's it for this video. If y'all enjoyed this video, please hit the like button, please subscribe and share. And also hit the bell so you know when the videos uploaded. Peace out. Hope y'all enjoyed this video. I guess I'm out. Peace.